I've been liking the content in the off season, bro. The speed training that you're putting out. The speed training with your guy. I like his approach to things. What's his name?
Brian Kula.
Brian Kula, yeah. I like what he's got you doing. I like that you're on the track.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I mean, you said that you started off 11-7 in high school.
Yeah.
Then you ended off 10-7, 10-7-5. Is that right?
I've been in that 10. I've touched 10-5.
In meat?
In a
Bro, I'm sorry. I did my Wikipedia research, man.
I touched that 10-5 in a meet.
Hand time? Electric. God. What do you think you could go? If you have trained for track since then.
I respect what track, like what that means, like serious speed.
Yeah.
So like I'm not out here like, oh, I'm in the NFL now, I'll probably run around 10-3. Like I know how fast that is.
Yeah, it's
like
blazing.
Bro,
but you went 10-5 in high school.
Yeah.
But also
you gotta
playing all these other sports.
Yeah, see, this is the thing with track. If I ran indoor track, I would have been faster. Because I always PR'd at state. I would my senior year or junior, whatever, I would start out running 11 flat. Next week 10-9.
Right.
Next week 10-8-2. Next week, because you're not training for it. Like if you don't train for track,
you
don't have your muscles aren't used to opening up.
No doubt.
Like this, it's like, oh, what'd you run in the 100? It's like the 100 is a long ways away.
Yeah.
Meters.
Yeah.
Longer than a football field. Like you're never running that far. Like it's a whole nother lung capacity. Your muscles have to open up. There's phases to the race where if you're not in shape for that, you're not going to run fast. If you don't understand how to push out of blocks, you're decelerating for 95 meters. Like I've trained with like gold medalist Olympic guys, 400 meter, 4x4 Olympic guys.
Who are you training with?
Gil Roberts. I've trained with Gil Roberts, couple Paralympic guys like down at UCLA with Willie Galt.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, man. So Gil Roberts was on the 4x4 gold medal team. He's like he's like a 43 second guy, 400 guy.
Nasty.
Which is insane,
That's
right?
a nasty race.
And the way they train is just like, most humans, I would say 99% of humans don't even understand how hard it is just to train for that.
Yeah.
So it was a Friday, and we were doing a conditioning kind of speed endurance workout. And it was run 100 at about 90%. So we're coming in at like 11.5.
Yeah.
Right? This is in training. So you're spiked up.
Spiked up.
But you're coming in from a stand-up start running the curves. If you're running 11.5 in a workout session, like you're moving.
Yeah.
That's not like slow. Like that's a
because we're talking repeats.
You're talking repeats. Run 100, walk back 50. Run 100, walk back 50. Run 100, walk, and you do 7. And on the 7th one, that's the finish on the backstretch. I'll never forget it. Gil was like, "Hey, don't run with me on this one." I was like, "All right, give me a little more rest." I was fired up, but he's like, he didn't want anyone running with him. They'll pull. So on the last rep, and it's hand timed. From a stand start, he came in at like 10:41. From a stand up on the 7th rep of a conditioning workout.
Wow.
And it just shows you like what kind of strength these guys have running.
Was this high school training or this
was like 2 years ago.
Oh,
this was when I had sprained my ankle and
damn.
I was coming back and trying to get back in shape.
Oh, so you're doing real life?
This was like I was playing in the league.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paul Scarlett always says the only way to run fast is to run fast. You can't expect, and his point being, you can't expect to go out there, whatever you're doing on the football field, and run fast if you don't train that way.
I've never understood how guys can get away with not running full speed in the off season.
Yeah.
You have to train that system. And I think the older you get, you don't have to train the system as much, but if you don't touch that gas.
Yeah. It's a recipe for disaster once the season hits. If you're going to be asked to touch that gas.
Yeah.
Some positions, probably not. Maybe for a couple steps.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a D-line, you're bursting, you got 3-5 steps.
But the intent has to be there. The full speed intent. It has to be a full speed get off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't have to run repeat hundreds. Like I was just trying to get back in shape. I had been, I was recovering from my ankle. I'm like, I have to, before I start really going, I got to get a good base of conditioning.
That, yeah.
I need my legs to spin on the ground. I was, and some of those workouts, I mean, you're on the ground after for 40 minutes because your ass is cramping.
I used to always hate the shin splints, bro. I could never not get shin splints in the track season.
Track is I don't know if it's the hardest sport to train for because I've never played every sport, but that was always it's mentally very challenging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you can't, once again, it's like you can't fake it. If you're trying to run a certain time and you know that in training, if you're running repeat 200s, you have to come in at 22, 23 seconds to get there. It's like there's a timer. I know what you're coming in at. If you're coming in at 26 seconds, you're cheating the drill. Like it's like, hey, dude, run faster. There. You got to run faster if you want to get to your goal. And to do that, you need to try harder.
Yeah.
And that's hard, dude.
There's no way to run faster.
You can't escape it. No.
It's not
you have to run fast, dude. You have to just know this is really hard. And I remember, probably talking too much about track, but I remember in high school, the Stanford coach it might have been the Stanford or the Oregon coach came to one of my track practices. And it was on a 150s day. And we're running like 3 or 4 150s, but all out, 5 minutes rest. And you hear like 3 150s, 5 minutes rest. I can do that. That doesn't sound that hard. Mm-hmm. That 5 minutes goes by like that.
Yeah.
Like if no one's ever done that, I recommend you run as fast as you can for 150 meters, take 5 minutes down, do it again, 3 reps, just 3. And I ran as hard as I physically could for all 3 reps, and the coach was there, and I was trying to act like I wasn't breathing hard. So I was mouth closed. But I didn't want him to think I was tired, and I had Pei Wei that day for lunch. Like Pei Wei at the Chinese restaurant it's like a fast food type thing. And I just remember after the 3rd rep, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I can't throw up in front of this coach. So I walked into the locker room like I was gonna take a pee and stuff, and women's locker room, I didn't even care. Found the first trash can in the women's locker room and just yacked Pei Wei. But that's what taught me, hey dude, you better eat right if you want to get faster. Otherwise you're gonna throw up. Throwing up's not fun.
Yeah.
So why do you eat healthy? Because I don't want to throw up after my workouts. That's why.
God damn. Track's the only workout to make me throw up.
Yeah, same.
The only one.
Yep. Same.
And I'm an endurance guy. That's one of the reasons I like track.
Yeah.
Because I like to toe that line.
Yeah.
Not in the moment. I hate towing the line in the moment. It sucks. But because the next time I'll be able to go a little bit more. And I always, when I see other people getting gassed, she gets me going.
Yeah.
I'm one of those dudes. Endurance for me, I've always felt like I've had that. I'll just go longer and harder than you will.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not true at first, but as we train over these weeks, it will be true.
Yeah. I think that was for me the best part about growing up in Colorado. Because I got to Stanford and I feel like I could run forever. Mm-hmm. Just being in the altitude, that's why I train here a lot, because it does make a difference.
Yeah.
And to that point, though, I remember we had got done. I was training with those same guys, and I hate myself for not remembering his name. He's the world record holder in the 400 for the Paralympics.
Okay.
So he has no legs. He runs with the what do you call him? Prosthetics.
There you go.
He runs with the prosthetics, and world record holder. Guy's a stud. I hate myself that I forget his name. Hopefully you can find it and put it in.
Yeah,
but,
we'll slide that in there.
Gangster, dude. Tough as nails. And we were running. I wasn't doing their workout because I'm not training for the Olympics, but I was the pacer. So they went 1 600, 4 300s, or 4 350s. That was the workout. So 1 600 and 4 350s. And this was 2 years ago. I ran 5 350s. So I paced their 600. And that was arguably the hardest workout like I've ever done. I think it was 5 minutes rest.
You went 5 350s.
5 350s. By the way, I don't even recommend that. You're
at?
coming through at 44 seconds.
Wow.
44, 45 seconds. By the last one, you're coming in at 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I am. I'm not coming in at 45.
I mean, so that pace is...
No, you're
like
moving
50.
and you're exhausted and your legs feel like they're going to fall off.
Yeah, you're going low 50s then. Pace for 400.
Yeah, I mean you're going like
tough.
yeah.
You did 5 of them?
5. And I'll never get it. I have pictures. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Because Willie was taking pictures of us after. We're all on the ground, and these guys are coming in much faster than I am. Like that's why like people don't understand, and like that's why I love watching track, because I really respect how fast these guys actually are. Because I think I'm a fast person, but you can't even tie these guys' shoes. How fast they are. Like if you don't run under 10, you're not even in the conversation anymore. Yeah. So anyway, we're on the ground for like 30 minutes, just in fetal position, because your butt and your hammies and everything is just like twisting. And he looked up and he's like, you know, the best part about this is there's about 0.001% of the population that knows what this feeling feels like. And dude, I got off to that. I was like, that's so sick. Like just the fact that I know what this feels like right now, like that fires me up.
That gets you going. That might get you out that fetal position, man.
Yeah, I stayed in the fetal position, but I didn't. I respected that though. I always respected that.
I like that.